Welcome to the 4th Academy of Sioux City. Looks prestigious, but we all know it's where teenagers go to complain about homework and sneak out for boba. Our story begins here. Try to keep up. On the principal's big speech. Inner World System Class. This is just a high school orientation with a gotcha role for your future career. No pressure, kids. And here's the class menu. Swordmaster Archmage Assassin, your standard fantasy starter pack. The principal's really selling this inner world thing like it's the hottest new MMO. The students line up for the system's sorting hat, and one of them is already having an existential crisis. It's been 18 years since I reincarnated. Just a casual Tuesday for our protagonist, apparently. And here he is, folks. Our reincarnated protagonist, Xiaoyu. After 18 years of waiting, the game is finally starting. He looks thrilled, or maybe just constipated with anticipation. Hard to tell. Oh, a world-building montage. We've got the Blue Star, the Abyss, the Demonic World. Basically a cosmic travel brochure for places you'll probably get killed in. Lovely. He's in. Xiaoyu is practically vibrating with excitement. After 18 years, the server is finally online. And we have liftoff. From 0 to giant spectral skull in 3 seconds flat. So much for a subtle class reveal. Behold the classic dark energy and glowing hand starter pack. He's clearly not in the school's knitting club. The swirling vortex of blue-green angst continues. This is the most dramatic character creation screen I've ever seen. And he loves it. Look at that grin. He just won the interdimensional lottery, and all it cost him was a normal childhood. Wait, what's this? A glimpse of a legendary class, so rare only 1 or 2 exist. Did Xiaoyu hit the jackpot? Nope. Looks like he got the ancient evil necromancer package instead, complete with spooky skeletal minions. So much for being the hero. And the reality check hits. Class, demonic magician. Special skill, devour soul. This is less hero's journey and more HR violation waiting to happen. Xiaoyu is not a fan. Oh, it gets worse. His stats are random, and his most important one for a mage, spirit, is a big fat 0. 18 years of reincarnation for this. The universe has a cruel sense of humor. We've reached the crying on the floor stage of grief. With 0 spirit, his S-grade talent roll is just salt in the wound. It's fine, Xiaoyu. We've all had bad gotcha pulls. The system, uncaring of his tears, begins the talent roll. Come on, no whammies. And there it is. The pity pull. Talent. Brave heart of a mage. Grade. Unknown. But hey, 10 free attribute points. Suddenly our boy's back in business. The emotional whiplash is real. So brave heart of a mage is a fancy way of saying punch monsters get stats. Plus a one-time stat copy ability. The system just gave a mage a reason to hit the gym. This is going to be weird. It's sinking in. He just found a cheat code. While everyone else has to grind levels, or, God forbid, actually train Xiaoyu gets free stats for committing acts of violence. The game is clearly rigged in his favor. The gears are turning. The despair is gone, replaced by the calculating glimmer of someone who's about to break the game's entire meta. This is the birth of a power gamer. Option A. Become a perfectly balanced level 1 god. A tempting offer for instant gratification. But our boy has bigger plans. Option B. Wait. Grind 1 stat into oblivion, then copy-paste it onto everything else. He's not just playing the game anymore. He's planning to become the final boss. And there's the evil grin. He's figured it out. A mage whose most important stat is strength. Welcome to the world's first brawlermancer. This is beautifully stupid. He's all in. A demonic magician with 0 spirit and a boatload of strength. He's building a character that makes absolutely no sense, and I am here for it. Stat allocation complete. Emotional roller coaster concluded. It's time to start the tutorial level. Let's see how our punch-happy necromancer fares. And down the rabbit hole he goes. Or the swirling vortex of magical doom. Same difference. The destination portal. Hopefully, it leads somewhere with lots of things he can punch for more stat points. That's his entire life now. He has arrived. The tutorial area seems to be mountains and a welcoming committee. How nice. And here's our tutorial NPC, a lovely elven woman who may or may not be the thing he's supposed to eliminate. This is either a quest giver or his first target. Let's see if he can tell the difference. He's decided she's a quest giver. A wise choice. Our demonic magician is horny, but also focused on the grind. A true gamer. And he gets a free gift box. This tutorial is surprisingly generous. Let's hope it's not a mimic. It's a full necromancer starter kit. A skull-adorned spellbook and an ominous staff, both crackling with power. The perfect gift for someone who can't cast a single spell. The irony is delicious. He's explaining to the pretty elf NPC that his brand new magic gear is completely useless for him. This is the fantasy equivalent of getting a Ferrari with no driver's license. But wait, he's found a use for it, after all. The magic staff is now a glorified club. The elf looks so confused. This is peak strength build problem solving. After that display of raw intellect, he's ready for the task. Miss Elaine is about to reveal what fresh hell awaits our punch-happy mage. The task: escape from the Misty Cave, which looks less like a cave and more like a giant skull-faced portal of doom. He seems unfazed. He's probably just wondering what the cave wall's drop rates are. Miss Elaine watches him go with a serene smile. The kind of smile that says, I'm sure he'll be fine, but also I've sent so many children to their doom today. And as the portal closes, she says something cryptic. Can someone find me? Oh great. The tutorial NPC has her own tragic side quest. He's never going to finish this tutorial, is he? So this is the Misty Cave. It's dark, spooky, and full of glowing things that are probably poisonous. A perfect place for a stroll. The cave's welcome wagon is a high-speed vortex of green energy and floating skulls. Less of a gentle start and more of an interdimensional flume ride. After being violently yeeted through a skull tunnel, he's just now wondering if the NPC said something important. His priorities are truly a mystery. Famous last words. He dismisses the difficulty while standing in a literal boneyard. The lack of self-awareness is astounding. And cue the first monster. A giant glowing claw descends from above. His not difficult beginner task just got a whole lot more hands-on. His expression shifts from carefree tourist to, oh crap, I might actually have to fight. The gravity of the situation is finally dawning on him. And the monster is a giant scythe-wielding skeleton. So much for easing him in gently. The tutorial boss has arrived. He's using his magic staff like a baseball bat. And it's working. A solid -20 hit. Who needs spirit when you got a good swing? And it's a home run. The Reaper's head goes flying. Turns out raw strength is super effective against undead abominations. Take notes, mages. Even after effortlessly one-shotting a monster by bludgeoning it with a magic wand, he's still complaining about not being able to use magic. The audacity. And the loot drops. His punch monsters get stats passive is working, and he even got a bonus A-grade skill for his troubles. The game is actively encouraging this ridiculous build. I love it. His new skill, Miracle of Might, doubles his attack power from strength. The system has decided to go all in on the Punchmancer build. There's no turning back now. Let's check the character sheet. Class: Necromancer. Spirit: 0. Strength: 21 with a x2 multiplier. This is the most cursed character build I have ever seen. It's magnificent. He's doing the math, and he's horrified by his own power. With 42 damage per hit, he's less a mage and more a walking artillery piece. The not human comment is a bit on the nose for a demonic magician, don't you think? And the game decides he needs more practice dummies. A whole platoon of skeletons rises from the ground. Time to test out that new 42 damage. After his brief existential crisis about his own overpowered nature, he decides to get back to work. Such dedication. The skeletons charge. It's a classic low-level mob rush. Perfect for grinding out some more of those sweet stat points. He stands his ground staff at the ready. He looks surprisingly calm for a mage about to engage in melee combat with a bone army. And he's just tearing through them. Multiple -20 damage numbers pop up. This isn't a fight. It's pest control. Wait, what? Just after proving he doesn't need magic, his necromancer class kicks in and starts summoning things on its own. He even gets a title for it. The game is determined to make him a mage even if he refuses to cooperate. He's so unimpressed. He's literally auto-summoning minions, and his reaction is basically meh. The arrogance is palpable. And his first auto-summon is a hulking, heavily armored skeletal warrior wreathed in green flame. Not bad for a passive skill. It's probably got more spirit than he does. He's immediately assessing his own minion as a threat. He summons something so strong, he's actually worried about it hitting him. That's some next-level necromancy right there. But he's already found its weakness. 1 point in agility. It's a walking tank with the reflexes of a sedated sloth. He's already planning to bully his own summon. And he's attacking his own minion. This is not team building. This is quality assurance Protagonist style. Oh, but the minion is smarter than he looks. It counterattacked. Xiaoyu seems genuinely surprised that the undead killing machine he just summoned is in fact an undead killing machine. But even in his surprise, he spots an opening. He's analyzing his own summon's attack patterns mid-fight. This is getting absurdly meta, and he exploits it immediately. He's not just fighting his minion, he's actively schooling it in the art of combat. He's going for an aerial assault now, because why fight your undead servant on the ground like a normal person? He's even trash-talking his own summon. Try blocking this, he screams as if the skeleton has a choice. The disrespect is off the charts, and the attack lands with a massive impact. He's really committed to this beat-up-your-own employees management style. He defeated his own summon. He's standing over the loot dropped by the minion he summoned and wondering how other players could possibly handle this difficult task. He created his own boss fight and is now confused by the difficulty spike. This is peak Protagonist logic. And now for the loot box phase. He's about to open the prize he got for winning a fight against himself. The suspense is non-existent. He gets a disposable critical hit item and is disappointed it's not permanent. A beggar, a chooser, and a self-made boss killer all in one. Just when he thought he could relax with his mediocre loot, a literal carpet of monsters erupts from the floor. Looks like the actual beginner task is starting now. His face says it all. The sheer audacity of this cave to throw more monsters at him after he already fought a tough opponent. The nerve. And now he's facing a swarm of shadowy, dagger-wielding assassins. This is definitely not the slow-moving skeletons the other students were talking about. Despite leveling up his health, is still a measly 20 points. He's a glass cannon made of the finest, most delicate glass. One wrong move, and he's a puddle. He's a blur of motion desperately trying not to get poked by the angry shadow people. This is less of a fight and more of a deadly game of tag. He's fighting for his life, but still finds time to celebrate a level up and analyze enemy stats. This man's ability to multitask under pressure is truly something else. And now a brief pause to check his stats mid-combat. HP is up to 30. He's gone from tissue paper to slightly damp cardboard. Progress. Meanwhile, back in the real world, normal students are getting normal classes like Warrior. How quaint. No demonic packs or zero spirit builds for them. The other students are getting antsy wondering why there's a delay. Oh, if only they knew our boy was currently fighting for his life in a super secret hard mode version of the tutorial. This guy is mocking anyone who might fail the simple task with slow skeletons. The dramatic irony is so thick you could cut it with a necromancer staff club. At least one person is concerned. But no, nothing happened. He just accidentally summoned a boss, fought it, and is now being swarmed by assassins. Totally normal stuff. Back in the cave, Xiao Yu surveys his handiwork. The floor is littered with bones, but the game hasn't given him the "you win" screen yet. It seems the tutorial isn't over. His expression sharpens. He senses it. The classic, "it's not over yet" moment. Get ready for the real boss fight. And the room's decor decides to join the fight. Flying skulls are now a thing. This cave is really committed to its aesthetic. Oh, lovely. The flying skulls are assembling into a super skull golem. It's like a villain from a children's cartoon, but with more murder. Phase 1 of the boss assembly is complete. A giant shadowy bone monster emerges. He looks thrilled. And there he is in all his glory, the bone golem. The true final boss of the tutorial level that was supposed to be simple. Xiao Yu is ready. Probably. He's finally questioning the difficulty curve. A boss here in the beginner class? Yes, Xiao Yu. This is what happens when you get the Protagonist's special extra hard tutorial mode. Enjoy. The bone golem powers up complete with a health bar to confirm its boss status. Xiao Yu stands his ground, a lone figure against a colossal pile of angry bones. This should be fun. And the golem opens with a massive energy beam. No warm-up, just straight to the flashy, screen-filling attacks. He barely dodges and immediately realizes he's still a glass cannon. One hit and it's game over. The stakes have been officially raised. But he's already analyzing its weaknesses. The golem is slow but has 60 defense. Xiao Yu's plan is simple. Hit it and don't get hit back. A classic strategy. He makes his move, landing with a powerful thud. Time to see if his absurd strength build can actually damage this thing. And he unleashes a powerful blue energy attack. Wait, I thought he couldn't use magic. Is he just hitting it so hard the air turns into plasma? I'm not questioning it. Success. He dealt 32 damage. He calculates he only needs to hit it about 10 more times. His optimism in the face of a giant bone monster is truly inspiring. And so begins the tedious process of chipping away at the boss's health bar. It's a flurry of blue energy attacks. This is what peak MMO gameplay looks like. He settles into the noble art of chipping away at a health bar, 132-foot damage pop-up at a time. This is riveting stuff, folks. Truly the pinnacle of strategic combat. His relentless spam attack finally makes an impact, shattering the ground around the golem. Turns out even giant bone monsters get annoyed if you poke them enough times. And now he's getting cocky. With 200 HP left, he's already planning his victory speech. This is the classic "what could possibly go wrong" moment just before everything goes wrong. And there it is, the sudden look of realization. The "oh no, it has a second phase" face. Never celebrate, early kid. And the boss starts monologuing. Apparently it's been guarding this cave for years and has never seen a player this broken. Xiaoyu just speed ran his way into the history books of this tutorial dungeon. Xiaoyu interrupts the monologue with another solid hit. There's no time for backstory when there's a health bar to deplete. He's back in action, possibly wondering if he just poked the bear a little too hard. Time to finish this before the boss's power-up fully kicks in. A massive impact erupts as Xiaoyu lands another blow. This beginner dungeon boss is definitely getting more than it bargained for. Spoke too soon. The boss just got a speed buff. Our boys hit it and don't get hit back strategy just got significantly harder. But he's still landing hits. An explosive impact makes the beginner boss visibly real. This isn't just a fight, it's a light show. He's a whirlwind of motion dodging and weaving with blinding speed. Who knew a punchmancer needed this much cardio? And now a tactical shift. Brute force isn't working against the faster boss. It's time to use his brain. This could be interesting. The Skeleton King gets a dark energy power-up because of course it does. This beginner boss has more phases than the moon. And there it is, the classic environmental hazard. Xiaoyu spots a conveniently placed, unstable boulder. The solution to his problem just fell into his lap. Literally, he's still applying pressure, landing another solid blow. He's just luring it into position now. The poor bone golem has no idea it's walking into a trap. Another close-range strike. The beginner boss is visibly reeling. The environmental trap is almost set. He's taunting it now, luring the angry powered-up boss right where he wants it. This is either genius or incredibly stupid. Maybe both. A massive energy blast erupts. He's either attacking or making a very flashy defensive maneuver. Either way, it's all part of the plan. And he takes a massive hit. 240 damage. Looks like the boss isn't falling for the taunts as easily as he'd hoped. That's gotta hurt. And he gets grazed. HP drops to a terrifying 4 out of 30. All that strength, and he's got the durability of a wet napkin. The glass cannon build has its downsides, it seems. With Xiaoyu on the ropes, the boss goes into a frenzy. It's a terrifying blur of green flames and dark energy relentlessly trying to finish him off. Things are looking grim. He looks suitably stressed now. The gravity of having 4 HP while fighting a multi-phase bone god has finally sunk in. A desperate scramble ensues. It's a chaotic clash of green and blue energy as our demonic magician desperately tries to not die. And the trap is sprung. The Skeleton King is crushed by the conveniently placed falling rocks. Xiaoyu's environmental awareness pays off in the nick of time. A massive explosion deals another 70 damage as Xiaoyu makes a tactical retreat. He's not just a brawler. He's a demolitions expert now, apparently. The boss is trapped and roaring in frustration, its health now critically low. The tables have turned, all thanks to a little geological intervention. Xiaoyu's still at death's door, knows he's on borrowed time. He has one last chance to finish this before the boss breaks free and turns him into a fine paste. He's going for broke. Leaping into the air, he prepares to deliver one final decisive blow. This is at the grand finale of the tutorial from hell. He unleashes his ultimate attack, Skeleton Boneblade, a very on-brand name for a necromancer, even one who doesn't use magic. He's throwing everything he has at it. The Skeleton King roars in agony as the attack connects. Its face shows pure shock and pain. Looks like the final blow is super effective. And boom, the Skeleton King is completely engulfed in a blinding golden explosion. A spectacular, destructive, and frankly overkill end to the fight. And that's a wrap. The Skeleton King is now just a lingering cloud of green smoke. The beginner boss has been officially put to rest. Permanently. And here comes the loot screen. Quest complete, first kill bonus, and 30 sweet stat points. Turns out surviving a near-death experience is highly profitable. More rewards. Stat points, EXP, and even 3 levels in faith for using Divine Light. I guess hitting things really hard with a golden explosion counts as a holy act now. And the rewards keep coming. A piece of boss equipment, the Ring of the Skeleton King. The game is really spoiling him for surviving its broken tutorial. A close-up on the new bling. A C-rank skull ring. Perfect for the aspiring demonic magician who wants to accessorize with the remains of his enemies. And he's already thinking about its reusability. Not its stats, not its lore, but how he can exploit its mechanics. A true power gamer at heart. And now for the post-game analysis. Xiaoyu realizes he got a first kill bonus, which begs the question, how did anyone else pass this simple trial? It seems our hero is the only one who noticed the tutorial was rigged from the start. He decides to table the existential questions for later, checks his newly buffed stats, and heads for the exit. A true professional, and he emerges from the portal looking effortlessly cool into a crowd of what appears to be adoring fans and paparazzi. His celebrity status just leveled up. His welcome back party consists of being immediately tackled by a friend named Yang Xiangdi. Xiaoyu looks less than thrilled by the sudden enthusiastic affection. His friend was just worried sick. Meanwhile, Xiaoyu is realizing that everyone else breezed through the tutorial. It seems his hard mode experience was unique. 3 hours. He was stuck in the tutorial from hell for 3 hours after everyone else finished. And now the inevitable question, what class did he get? His friend attempts to explain what a mage is with a comically botched spell. Xiaoyu looks on utterly perplexed, wondering if they were even playing the same game. And here comes a rival. Ma Fei, a smug-looking student, mocks Xiaoyu for being last, calling him a filler character. He's about to drop his own role, presumably to show everyone how superior he is. Xiaoyu is already tired of this guy's shtick. Some people just have punchable rival written all over their face. And now for the post-tutorial debrief. The instructor announces beginner's training and a round of introductions. It's time for everyone to show off their gotcha pulls. The introductions begin. We've got a D-rank soldier and assassin, and a poor F-rank player who's already accepted his fate as cannon fodder. The power gap is already showing. Next up is Zhao Ziyue, a dual-class mage and healer. She's immediately dubbed Nanny by the crowd. Every party needs a good support after all. And here's Waluo, a paladin proudly declaring herself a meat shield with a B-rank talent. A rare pull and a crucial role for any adventuring party. And of course Ma Fei gets his moment. A B-rank swordsman. He's practically glowing with self-satisfaction. Xiaoyu is probably fighting the urge to roll his eyes into another dimension. The other students are fawning over him. Apparently B-rank swordsman is the blessed by the heavens tier. Ma Fei is eating it up. Even the instructor is impressed, calling B-rank genius status. And now for the main event. Next, Xiaoyu. The room holds its breath. And he drops the bomb. I'm a necromancer. The air crackles with eerie green energy. This is how you steal the show from a B-rank genius. And then he pulls the ultimate power move. He refuses to reveal his talent. He plays it off as inconvenient, leaving everyone, especially Ma Fei, completely bewildered. What a showman. The instructor confirms it. Necromancer is a hidden role, sending shockwaves through the class. Someone even brings up a terrifying legend about a necromancer soloing an entire union. Suddenly B-rank looks a little less impressive. Ma Fei, desperate to reclaim the spotlight, immediately starts trash-talking the necromancer class. Fragile, weaker than regular people, easy to kill up close. It's a classic case of sour grapes. He continues his lecture, then pivots to mocking Xiaoyu for hiding his talent, assuming it's low-ranked. The insecurity is palpable. He's clearly threatened by the hidden class, but his attempts to tear him down are backfiring. Another student sees Xiaoyu's coyness not as weakness, but as the grounded personality of a true genius. Meanwhile, Xiaoyu just enjoys the show, and the truth comes out in his head. Our grounded genius is actually panicking because his necromancer class is currently just for show. He can't summon a thing. The upcoming training is going to be very awkward. The instructor moves things along, blissfully unaware of our protagonist's internal crisis. With the introductions over, it's time for the introductory training. Let's see how our powerless necromancer handles this. Declaring yourself a necromancer makes you instantly popular, it seems. A new fanboy latches on a Xiaoyu, praising his awesome hidden role. The irony is palpable. His friend Yang Xiangdi proudly shows off his 8 points in spirit fishing for compliments. Xiaoyu, the man with 0 spirit, must be finding this hilarious. Xiaoyu offers some generic encouragement while internally scoffing at his friend's single-digit stats. With 76 points himself, he's basically a god slumming it with the mortals. His ego is back in full force. And now, for a sudden tonal shift. After a day of high-stakes gaming and social maneuvering, Xiaoyu returns to his empty home, a reminder of his disappeared parents. The mood just got a lot heavier. He's caught in a poignant memory calling out, "I'm home," to an empty house, a bittersweet echo of his past. Even a power gaming necromancer has a tragic backstory. It's practically a requirement. A flashback to simpler times. A happy family meal abruptly shattered by the reveal that his parents left for the capital when he was 6, never to return. The mystery deepens. The last memory, his parents leaving through a bright doorway, and little Xiao Yu waving them goodbye, completely unaware that this was their final exit. And just like that, he became an orphan. This tragic backstory adds another layer to our cunning yet vulnerable protagonist. Every hero needs their trauma after all. 12 years later, and the question still haunts him. This isn't just a game for him, it's a means to an end. The plot thickens, and his true motivation is revealed. It's not about being the strongest. It's about getting into the capital's university to find his parents. A noble goal, to be sure. Now, back to the life or death training. Back to the introductory training. The instructor is addressing the class about to drop some vital and probably ominous new rule. The instructor, looking furious, lays down the law. Back down immediately. This introductory training is already sounding less like a warm-up and more like a dire warning. A very reassuring start to the training session. Failing is better than dying. The students, Xiao Yu included, look suitably shocked. Welcome to Otherworld Boot Camp, where the stakes are your continued existence. He tries to soften the blow, saying the beginner's world is usually safe. But then he drops the inevitable exception bomb. Because, of course, there's an exception. And the exception was an entire class of 40 getting completely wiped out and vanishing without a trace. Suddenly, Xiao Yu's powerless necromancer problem seems a lot less pressing. The name of this death trap? Nightmare Village. A bit on the nose, but effective. I'm sure this has absolutely no bearing on their upcoming training. The students are suitably rattled. The beginner's world just got a whole lot scarier. Our aspiring necromancer now has bigger worries than just faking his powers. No more time for horror stories. It's go time. The instructor, with a slightly sinister smile, initiates the teleportation. I'm sure it won't be to Nightmare Village. That would be too predictable. And he's off. Engulfed in a blue glow, Xiao Yu is teleported into the unknown. Let's hope his fake necromancy is convincing enough to survive. A massive surge of purple energy signals their arrival. This is either a portal or the universe's most dramatic loading screen. The landing is less than graceful. The students are thrown into a disorienting, possibly wrecked environment. No time for selfies, just survival. They've arrived in a decidedly eerie village. And Ma Fei immediately appoints himself as the group's protector. His ego is truly unstoppable. Eerie is an understatement. This place is giving off major abandoned haunted village vibes. Hopefully Ma Fei's bravado can deflect ancient curses. Yes, Ma Fei, we heard you the first time. He's repeating his promise of protection. Let's hope his fighting skills are better than his public speaking. He's now officially leading the charge into the spooky village, promising success. One almost forgets the instructor's little vanishing without a trace story. Almost. It all comes back to Xiao Yu. Ma Fei's leadership campaign is just a thinly veiled attempt to one-up the guy with a rare class. His insecurity is showing again. While Ma Fei is busy with his ego trip, someone else voices a very valid concern. Strange is probably the understatement of the year. And Xiao Yu's actually thinking critically. He notices the lack of system prompts, which is the otherworld equivalent of the tutorial helper suddenly going silent. That's a very bad sign. Forget system prompts, they've got a prompt from a very angry purple-skinned local. He's not exactly rolling out the welcome mat, demanding they sit on a pipe. This place just gets weirder. Ma Fei, ever the diplomat, immediately asks if the angry purple man is an NPC. Nothing diffuses a tense situation like immediately accusing someone of being a digital extra. And the other shoe drops. This isn't just a beginner's world. It's the nightmare realm complete with dramatic lightning. I am shocked. Absolutely shocked. Who could have seen this coming? And the system finally chimes in with the mission details. Objective: leave alive. Oh, and a beginner's S rank is equivalent to a normal F rank. The difficulty curve just got a whole lot steeper. The students finally connect the dots. They're in the Nightmare Village, the legendary death trap, where 40 people vanished. Their beginner's training is a one-way ticket to a mass grave. Panic initiated, and the panic begins. One student is already trying to rage quit, declaring they're not playing anymore. Turns out being told you're in a death trap can be a real mood killer. Mafei's confidence is apparently unbreakable, even as another student points out they're hilariously underleveled for this nightmare. While Mafei is busy promising a rescue, the rest of the class is doing the math and realizing they're screwed. Just as the students try to bail, a sudden energy barrier bounces them right back. Looks like escaping Nightmare Village isn't as simple as just running for the door. They're officially trapped, and our charming purple-skinned host confirms their worst fears. You can never leave. This isn't just a beginner's training, it's a permanent residency program. Enjoy your stay, students. The student body has entered full-blown panic mode. We've got screaming, crying, and a rich kid worried about his inheritance. And then there's Ma Fei still trying to play the hero, promising to lead them all to safety. Nobody's listening, but you have to admire the commitment to his brand. While everyone else is losing their minds, Xiaoyu is calm, cool, and connecting the dots. He's analyzing the mission and the mysterious purple uncle, believing he's not an enemy. Smart thinking, because in the nightmare realm, you need all the allies you can get. While the students are having a collective meltdown, our purple host offers some sage advice. Get comfortable. Because when you're trapped in a death trap, what else is there to do? It's the Nightmare Village equivalent of have a nice day. And Mafei, bless his heart, completely misinterprets this. He thinks it's a motivational speech. Relax and face it confidently. Oh, you sweet summer child. He didn't mean it as a pep talk. He meant it as a final suggestion before you're eaten. And the elder clarifies. With glowing red eyes and a menacing aura, he sets the record straight. Just accept that you'll die here. Well, that certainly clears things up. So much for that motivational speech. The stunned silence is deafening. The students are finally processing the fact that their beginner's training is actually a mandatory death sentence. The reality of their situation has hit them like a ton of cursed bricks. After that inspiring speech, our host finally introduces himself. Meet Wagon, the village head of Nightmare Village. And he has some requirements for living here, which after his last comment probably aren't about paying rent. Wagon drops the survival guide for Nightmare Village. Rule 1. Don't touch the spooky black stones. Rule 2. Be indoors before dark. It's the classic don't poke the evil and don't go out after sunset combo. Standard horror movie stuff. And the final rule. Once you're inside, you absolutely cannot open any windows or doors. So lock yourselves in and pray. Sounds like a fun beginner's training to me. And Xiaoyu asks the important question. Can't we come out after dark? Kitty just told you to lock yourself in and pray. This isn't a suggestion. It's a survival guide for a death trap. Wagon ominously hints at what happens when the night comes. Because a village named Nightmare wouldn't just have cuddly bunnies after dark, would it? The suspense is killing me. Or rather, it's about to kill the students. And just like that, night falls. The students are presumably scurrying into their assigned death traps. I mean houses, before the spooky stuff starts. Let the beginner's training truly begin. The students, having wisely decided not to become monster chow, split into groups to find shelter. It's a desperate scramble to follow the rules and survive the night. One group finds a potential hideout. They're peering up at a dark, foreboding entrance, likely wondering if this is a safe haven or just a fancier death trap. Either way, it's better than what's outside. And someone already broke rule number 1. Wagon literally just said not to touch the black stones, and someone's already cracking them. Are they trying to die? Inside, they're safe. House 1 student suggests resting on the second floor. Because everyone knows monsters only attack the ground floor, right? A flight of stairs is surely impenetrable protection. Oh, classic. As if Nightmare Village wasn't dramatic enough, a female student reminds Xiaoyu to protect her if danger strikes. Because he wasn't already keenly aware of the mortal peril. At least she asked nicely. And now she's pulling out the I'm a healer card, offering a lot of HP as a persuasive argument. Oh honey, this isn't an RPG where you can just trade health points. Though to be fair, Xiao, you could probably use some extra HP. And the drama continues. Someone else has had enough of Zhao Ziyue's healing proposition. Because nothing says survival like high school gossip in a death trap. Forget monsters. The real danger is petty bickering. As one student insults Zhao Ziyue's figure, she fires back. Apparently surviving Nightmare Village isn't as important as winning a high school-esque body-shaming contest. Just when the drama couldn't get any weirder, Xiaoyu spots someone and shouts Granny. In a monster-infested village, this sudden emotional outburst is either a heartwarming reunion, a delusion, or a very elaborate trap. Place your bets now. and Granny appears at the window looking rather spectral and playing the "I'm cold, open up" card. This is less a heartwarming reunion and more a giant flashing neon sign that says it's a trap. What shall you, sweet naive fool? Ignoring every horror movie trope ever, he's about to open the window for his spectral Granny. This is either going to be very heartwarming or very, very messy. Just as he's about to make a monumental mistake, someone screams the obvious. She's not your Granny. Crisis averted? Or just more impending doom with extra steps. And the mask drops. Granny reveals her true form. A menacing grin, sinister red eyes, and a face that screams, definitely not your beloved grandmother. This reunion was never going to end with tea and cookies. That escalated quickly. No sooner did Granny reveal her true self than a horrifying glowing claw came lunging through the now open window. Poor Xiaoyu, still reeling from the fake Granny reveal, now has to dodge a spectral smackdown. Xiaoyu is getting an up-close and personal introduction to not Granny. Her true grotesque form is revealed, all sharp teeth and glowing eyes as she grabs him. The other students are probably just grateful it's not them getting a monster hug. And Wagon jumps in with sand binding. A swirling vortex of golden energy erupts. Is he casting the spell, or was it casting on him? Either way, it's a dramatic intervention. Wagon is struggling, barely holding back the false Granny with some golden magic. He's screaming for backup, clearly at his limit. Turns out being an expert doesn't make you immune to monstrous attacks. The sand binding is working. The false Granny is struggling within the golden vortex. Xiaoyu, doing the sensible thing, is running away. The other students are probably just updating their wills. That sand binding spell was about as effective as a screen door on a submarine. The false Granny has completely busted out, revealing her full shadowy monster form. She's definitely done playing nice. Wagon is shocked that this monstrous Granny is apparently just a normal monster. He's questioning the perversion of a beginner's S-ranked world. Clearly his definition of normal has taken a serious hit. Turns out normal in an S-ranked world means a terrifying red-eyed shadow monster lunging directly at you. Wagon now gets to experience this perversion firsthand. Wagon's unique battle strategy, or perhaps his actual magic, finally connects. A huge burst of golden energy slams into the shadowy monster, creating a dramatic clash. Turns out Wagon wasn't the only one with magic tricks. A blonde student unleashes a massive golden energy wave, hitting false Granny and showing damage numbers. Who knew these normal students had secret powers? The blonde student is now being drained. She's screaming for healing and for Xiaoyu to summon the undead. Because what's better than one monster? More monsters, obviously. This battle is getting delightfully chaotic. Xiaoyu, finally getting his marching orders, looks intensely determined. Because when you're in a monster fight, adding more monsters to the mix is always the most logical next step. What could possibly go wrong? Another student unleashes some healing magic. With graceful, glowing hands, she's trying to patch up the health drain. Turns out, even in a nightmare, there's always someone with a medical degree, or at least a magic wand. With a confident, like a breeze, our healer sends glowing green magic. A +10 boost appears, proving not all heroes wear capes. Some just wield potent healing in a monstrous nightmare. With a cool, determined gaze, Zhao Luiwe declares that teamwork and stalling for Xiaoyu's summon will turn this nightmare around. Our new tactical genius believes coordination and a lot of undead are the keys to victory. Let's hope she's right. Just as Zhao Luiwe was confidently outlining her undead strategy, someone utters a single chilling word. Dead? Her confidence immediately vanishes, replaced by wide-eyed shock. Looks like Xiaoyu's summoning might have hit a snag. Amidst the confusion, Wagon is not giving up. He's lunging with a glowing spear, delivering a fierce airborne strike against the massive, shadowy monster. Looks like our boy is determined to keep this nightmare from taking any more victims. And amidst the chaos of a literal nightmare, Wagon finds time to be an etiquette coach, bellowing about proper staff usage. His face is a picture of exasperation, clearly more concerned with technique than impending doom. Priorities right? Despite his own critique, Wagon delivers a fierce, glowing blow right to the monster, dealing a solid -50 damage. Maybe he figured out how to use it after all, or the monster just wasn't paying attention. After his spontaneous etiquette lesson, Wagon is still in the thick of it, while his teammates can only watch. It seems the proper staff usage might actually be working, much to their silent surprise. Our healer is stunned, questioning if someone with 50 HP was killed instantly, And if all necromancers fight like this? Clearly, Xiao Yu's undead summoning took an unexpected turn, leaving everyone bewildered and a little traumatized. After all that chaos, the false granny has conveniently turned into a dissipating black stone, leaving the team baffled. They're staring at this peculiar aftermath, probably wondering if all their nightmares come with self-destructing loot. Zhao Luiyue, ever the astute observer, points out that the dissipating black stone has the same symbol as the ominous doorframe. Turns out this whole Nightmare Village thing might be more interconnected than just a bad dream. After all that dramatic monster slaying, Xiao Yu's big concern? No stat points. He's wondering if the game has a bug because even in a life-or-death nightmare, the real tragedy is unrewarded melee combat. Peak gamer priorities. Zhao Luiyue asks Xiao Yu if he's noticed anything. Xiao Yu, with a glowing flame in his hand, dismisses it as overthinking. Yet nothing strange here, just a casual Tuesday in Nightmare Village. Suddenly, we're in a bustling village where locals are showering Xiao Yu and Zui Yu with thanks for last night's heroics. Apparently, the monster was so terrifying, even thinking about it gives them chills. Some heroes can't catch a break from the fan mail. The villagers are still gushing over Xiao Yu's instant nightmare defeat and Zui Yu's impressive shield work. Meanwhile, our new blonde student just stands there soaking in the collective awe. Our blonde student, suddenly full of opinions, declares a manly man would never let a girl tank damage. With a smug smirk, he's positioning himself as the paragon of chivalry, or maybe just a really outdated game strategy. Our manly man strikes a dramatic pose with a massive sword, proclaiming he'll defeat nightmares in a single strike. Bold claims, buddy, especially after watching someone else actually do it. Oh, look who it is. Xiao Yu, the class monitor, getting showered with adulation from an overly enthusiastic admirer. Apparently, merely existing this early for morning training is enough to make him a hero. Caught mid-dramatic pose, our blonde student quickly tries to play it off as just practicing with a convenient cough. Classic. You know he was about to deliver a monologue about his single-strike prowess. Our manly man, blonde student still on his chivalrous crusade, offers to protect Zuiyu from all damage. Zuiyu, however, hits him with some inconvenient logic. She's a tank, so who else is going to do it? Logic, a real buzzkill for grand gestures. And Xiao Yu has had enough of Ma Fei's nonsense, cutting him off and declaring his thinking isn't right. Looks like Xiao Yu isn't just a monster slayer. He's also the team's designated attitude adjuster. Ma Fei just got schooled. Well, that escalated quickly. After his moral lesson, Xiao Yu's suddenly got a different command. Kill them all. His eyes are burning with cold resolve. Looks like class monitor just went full battle commander. Xiao Yu's ruthless command echoes through the chaotic scene. With a dynamic tilted perspective implying rapid movement, it's clear his kill-them-all order is being followed. No one's getting out alive, apparently. Suddenly, a furious purple-skinned, elf-like elder flanked by his crew emerges, shouting a command. Given Xiao Yu's recent orders, these guys are probably the them who won't be escaping. The real fight is just beginning. Someone attempts to de-escalate with the village head over a misunderstanding. But he's having none of it, bringing up a good deed from last night with an air of definite accusation. Oh, this is going to be good. Xiao Yu, ever the tactician, observes the village people are suspiciously similar in number and age to his own class. Is he counting sheep or sizing up the competition for his kill-them-all command? Probably the latter. Blonde student innocently asks if they mean killing a nightmare. The elder, utterly enraged, reveals those nightmares were actually protector spirits trying to punish them. Suddenly, our heroes are the villains. The elder has officially lost it, delivering an incredibly dramatic 2-panel death sentence. Apparently, killing protector spirits is a 1,000-death offense. He's not big on plea bargains. Ma Fei, looking genuinely worried, asks if there's any way to save a protector spirit they've accidentally killed. Oh, sweet summer child, you just got a 1,000-death sentence. Might be a bit late for a Control plus C. Ma Fei asks for a solution, and the elder delivers. The solution is to be left outside at night. He challenges them to show courage. A classic choose-your-own-demise scenario. Ma Fei, looking distinctly less courageous and more terrified, points out the obvious. Staying outside is suicide. You can almost hear his manly man bravado wilting under the very real threat of becoming Monster Chow. Enough indeed. Xiao Yu cuts through the drama, stepping up to take responsibility. He boldly declares he'll wait outside. Ma Fei's jaw just hit the floor. An unexpected hero or martyr moment. Just as Xiao Yu goes full martyr, a blonde student accuses him of a death wish and stealing the limelight. Meanwhile, another tries to smooth things over with the village head, calling Xiao Yu a bit slow. Oh, the drama. Xiao Yu remarkably calm clarifies he hasn't lost his mind. He plans to verify something that might help them leave this world. High stakes and cryptic intentions. In a surprisingly detailed close-up, a pale hand is being bound by heavy dark chains. Given Xiao Yu's recent volunteering, it's a safe bet these aren't for decoration, adding insult to imminent injury. And that escalated quickly. Xiao Yu is now literally chained to a massive cross-like structure. Nightmare Village takes its outside at night punishment very seriously. Hope he brought bug spray. Crucified and high above, Xiao Yu is grilled about his cryptic claim. Someone's already theorizing he's found the secret at the core of Nightmare Village. Getting tied to a cross is just part of his investigative process now. With a cool smirk, he confirms he might have found the secret and will test it at night. Because being tied to a cross isn't enough of a challenge, he needs to add a science experiment under the cover of darkness. What mad lad? Night falls over Nightmare Village. The full moon casts an ominous glow, eerily illuminating the distant crucified Xiao Yu. Now the real test begins, surrounded by shadowy mists and whatever greater dangers this place promised. Well, speak of the devil. A grotesque, multi-legged red creature with glowing eyes is now clambering on a rooftop, roaring. This definitely falls under greater dangers. Xiao Yu's test is getting very real. The terrifying creature continues its rampage, a close-up revealing its glowing eye and sharp claws. It's actively tearing into the environment, looking every bit like the protector spirit from hell. This is not good news for our crucified protagonist. The nightmare creature is redecorating the village, leaving glowing red claw marks across rooftops like it's auditioning for a horror-themed demolition crew. This sets a truly spooky mood for Xiao Yu's grand experiment. Forget sunsets, Nightmare Village offers unsettling close-ups. A pulsating red orb and a monstrous clawed limb dominate the scene. Looks like Xiao Yu's experiment is about to meet its very angry subject. Well, look who got an upgrade. Xiao Yu isn't just surviving his crucifixion. He's gone full Grim Reaper chic, complete with glowing scythe and spectral skull entourage. Looks like his test involves unleashing some serious supernatural smackdown. Turns out his transformation was perfectly timed. From his presumably now uncrucified vantage point, he witnesses the nightmare creature mid-attack. This isn't just a test. It's a full-blown supernatural showdown. A close-up reveals his sharp blue eye and confident smirk. He's not intimidated. In fact, he looks like a kid who just found the cheat codes. This test is officially about to get a whole lot more interesting. Turns out Xiao Yu isn't the only one with cool powers. The nightmare creature is now caught in a swirling vortex of sand binding, courtesy of an unseen force. Looks like someone else is ready to join the monster fighting party. The sand binder user is revealed, the blonde student desperately yelling at Ma Fei to act. His magical restraint only lasts a second, meaning a heroic team-up is now urgently required. No pressure, Ma Fei. Ma Fei makes his dramatic entrance mid-air and mid-strike, spouting classic hero lines about how he'll take good care of you all. With the creature still trapped, this true swordsman is ready to conquer all enemies. A grand comeback. Well, it's not how conquering all enemies usually starts. Ma Fei, moments after his heroic declaration, now sports a nasty gash and a look of pure shock. The nightmare creature just reintroduced him to reality, one claw swipe at a time. Ouch. The nightmare creature, still partially bound, is now clashing violently with a massive swirling blade of energy. It's fighting back, clearly unamused by Ma Fei's earlier heroics. This monster isn't going down without a spectacular glowy fight. Witnessing the creature's speed, our spiky-haired blonde friend is utterly aghast, questioning if just a mage like Xiao Yu could actually defeat this monstrous speed demon. Someone's reevaluating their power tiers mid-battle. Ma Fei, still reeling, is now refusing to be outdone by Xiao Yu. He's charging forward with his sword in a determined glare, ready to prove that anything Xiao Yu can do, he can do better. Or at least try to. Ma Fei puts his anything Xiao Yu can do philosophy into practice, unleashing a glowing defense-breaking strike. Let's see if this one sticks, or if he'll need another bandage. Just when Ma Fei thought he was the main event, backup arrives with a heal now command. A white-haired girl and her companions join the fray, bringing immediate medical attention to the injured hero. A timely intervention. Ma Fei, with a fresh battle scar, dramatically rejects healing. He's opted for the scars are badges of pride speech, declaring himself a true hero. Who needs first aid when you have unwavering confidence and a slightly bleeding forehead? The reinforcements are just yelling tactical advice from the sidelines. With the creature stunned, a chorus of voices is directing the fight, even dropping historical facts about Xiao use head-smashing techniques. Ma Fei, having just heard the hit-the-head advice, sports a subtle smirk. Looks like he's internalizing the tactical wisdom, probably thinking, all right now, I'm going to heroically finish this just like Xiao Yu. Amidst the monster brawl, a new mystery emerges. One ally is questioning the very identity of the villagers. Village head Wagon is not taking kindly to the implication, fiercely defending their multi-generational residency. Our dark-haired ally, Mr. Exposition, has decided it's truth-telling time for Nightmare Village. With a confident side profile, he's ready to drop some bombshells. Buckle up, buttercups. Village head Wagon, sporting some snazzy shades, is clearly not amused by the one truth declaration. He's demanding an explanation, possibly because his residency claim is about to be debunked. Our resident truth teller is literally pointing fingers, now loudly declaring that every single villager is not who they claim to be. That's one way to make friends. Accuse everyone of grand-scale identity theft. He delivers the ultimate mic drop, revealing that the entire villager population is actually the previously wiped-out class. Talk about a plot twist. These guys aren't just squatting, they're the undead equivalent of a class reunion. Our sharp-eyed ally continues to drop truth bombs, explaining that they have been stuck in this fantasy realm since they arrived. They're trapped, unable to leave. So much for a quick field trip. Village head Wagon is not buying the trap class story. He's accusing our ally of being a liar scared of death and making up silly stories without evidence. It's almost like he wants to keep the truth buried. Mr. Exposition has been called out for lacking evidence. But with a knowing smirk, he's ready to drop the receipts. This isn't just a story. It's a meticulously planned reveal. Get ready, Wagon. Our dark-haired ally just pulled out the Protector Stone, which is a huge no-no. The villagers are freaking out, demanding 10,000 deaths for touching their precious rock. Clearly, this isn't just a pretty pebble. Just as the villagers reel from the Protector Stone, reveal Zhao Zua jumps in to declare there's more to this conspiracy. Our dark-haired ally isn't the only one with key evidence. The plot thickens. Village head Wagon, now looking utterly enraged and terrified, is babbling about holy objects that protect them from night attacks. He's also threatening heavenly punishment for tampering with them. Someone's losing their composure. Our dark-haired ally, holding up a mysterious black stone, reveals that this entire realm is built from these very rocks. Shattering them, he warns, will crack the fantasy realm itself. He just found the uninstall button for this cursed place. Our allies waste no time smashing a black stone with an explosive now. The fantasy realm is getting a dramatic uninstall, much to the purple villagers' dismay. Who needs subtlety when you can shatter reality? That escalated quickly. The fantasy realm is officially glitching out, twisting into a distorted mess of colors. Smashing those black stones was indeed the uninstall button, and this place is now experiencing a full system meltdown. Crisis averted. Our hero and his allies are celebrating a mission's successful message, confirming they've overthrown the village head. Time to see if all that suffering was worth it. And just like that, the system decides it's time to pack their virtual bags. A stark message confirms they're all being transported out, essentially hitting the eject button on this adventure. Hope they remembered their souvenirs. With the system booting everyone out, Zhao Zua offers a heartfelt thank you. It's a touching farewell from the white-haired ally as the virtual world officially wraps up. Hope they enjoyed their stay, or at least survived it. Post-mission, our allies are grilling Xiao Yu on his tactical genius. From grudging compliments to outright, everyone wants to know how he pulled off that escape. Looks like his little smarts saved the day. Well, this is awkward. After receiving confirmation of extraction, our heroes are still very much present. It seems the transportation out system encountered an error, or maybe they just got rerouted to another level. Turns out the transporting out system had a bit of an unforeseen incident, leaving our heroes stranded. Our protagonist's grim expression matches the ominous system message. Looks like their extended stay just got longer. Just after announcing a major system malfunction, our virtual overlords calmly drop an Orang mission. Is this the universe trolling them? Or is E4 extra screwed? Either way, their return system is on a coffee break. Amidst the chaos, the system blesses us with a pop-up of Xiao Yu's current stats. Our necromancer is a level 5 disciple with a suspiciously high strength and still a very prominent 0 spirit. He's powerful, but not exactly soulful. Well, this is just peachy. Our heroes are once again stuck asking, why are we still here? Despite mission success and a system malfunction, they're definitely not home. This realm isn't done with them yet. Oh goody, just when they were getting comfortable with being stranded, the system delivers another ding. It's either more bad news or an update on that mysterious E-rank mission. Either way, it's rarely good news. Just when they thought they were out, the system pulls them back in with a hidden scene notification. Our protagonist looks intense as the game announces bonus rewards for those brave or unlucky enough to tackle this unexpected challenge. And just in case anyone forgot, the system helpfully reiterates that the hidden scene is an E-rank mission, because nothing says super dangerous like the lowest difficulty rating. Something tells me this actually stands for evil. Turns out not everyone got stuck. Back in the 4th campus, some players actually made it out. But the relief turns to worry as they realize Xiao Yu and a few others are missing. Guess that hidden scene wasn't optional. Back at campus, an instructor and the returning players realize Xiao Yu and his team are tackling a hidden mission. The stakes are high. Success means a free pick of any university in the country. A high-pressure final exam. The instructor doubles down on his worry, stating that hidden missions are notoriously dangerous, especially one tied to Nightmare Village. He gravely questions if our newbie heroes are truly strong enough to survive. While Xiao Yu and his team are stuck, others have successfully returned only to realize their lucky escape wasn't so lucky for everyone. Now they're piecing together that some got rerouted into an absurdly difficult bonus mission. Turns out Xiao Yu's brilliant plan to smash the stones might have been, shall we say, overkill. Zhao Ziyue points out the obvious, leaving Xiao Yu awkwardly clearing his throat. Someone's a little embarrassed they didn't go for the simple solution. Our protagonist is officially caught. Another ally calls out his likely ulterior motive for smashing those stones. He knew it would trigger a hidden world. Xiao Yu's meek, yes, confirms he's a secret schemer who dragged them all into bonus content. From exasperation to admiration, Xiao Yu's allies realize he dragged them into the hidden mission to share the rewards. A friendly rival embraces him, vowing to complete it first. This unexpected challenge just became a competition. Well, that escalated quickly. After all that friendly rivalry, the hidden mission isn't wasting any time. This ominous swirl of red and black, punctuated by white energy, screams, new challenge ahead. Get ready, because it looks like things are about to get real. Oh, what a gentle reminder. The system just dropped the bombshell. Xiao Yu's antics didn't just activate a hidden mission, they woke up a Nightmare King. And guess what? It's now hunting them. Just another Tuesday, right? Xiao Yu quickly realizes this Nightmare King isn't your average level 10 boss. Despite the seemingly equal stats, something feels far more dangerous. Looks like our boy's finally feeling the heat from his clever plans. The group's nightmare just got real. Zhao Ziyue frantically wonders if they can force quit, while the blonde ally frets about becoming meat paste from the king's insane attack. Xiao Yu's opportunity is looking a lot like a death trap. Oh, what a brave declaration. The blonde ally, clearly spooked, boldly announces he'll let it go for now. It's either a tactical retreat or pure cowardice, but he's not looking to become meat paste just yet. Smart move. While everyone else is retreating, Xiao Yu's humble bragging about his 101 strength and a skill that creates miracles. His allies look utterly shocked. Xiao Yu isn't just a schemer. He's packing some serious muscle. Turns out he's a walking cheat code. With 202 attack and a damage boost, he plans to obliterate a third of the Nightmare King's HP in one go. That's what I call a muscle creates miracles moment. Xiao Yu declares killing the king isn't impossible, just incredibly dangerous. He admits his brilliant strategy is like pulling chestnuts out of fire. One slip up and he's toast. High stakes for our muscle creates miracles boy. Xiao Yu's brilliant plan gets a reality check. His dark-haired ally is so bewildered he's checking Xiao Yu for a fever. Clearly not everyone shares our protagonist. Muscle creates miracles confidence. Xiao Yu assures his skeptical ally that the Nightmare King has one glaring flaw: its defense. By exploiting this weakness, they just might stand a chance. Time to put that muscle creates miracles theory to the test. The dark-haired ally finally cracks the code. Xiaoyu needs them as bait. Our protagonist confirms this genius plan, promising to take down the king if they just give him an opening. No pressure, guys. After laying out his audacious plan, Xiaoyu takes a moment. His determined gaze confirms he's committed to this high-risk, high-reward strategy. It's go time for our muscle creates miracles protagonist. Well, look who's playing along. Despite the overwhelming odds, Xiaoyu's allies, including a rather nervous dark-haired ally, are putting their lives in his hands. It's either blind faith or utter desperation, but they're all in on this gamble now. Just when you thought everyone was on board, the blonde ally pipes up, insisting that retreating wouldn't be shameful. Clearly, Xiaoyu's pep talk didn't convince everyone. Someone's still thinking about their life insurance. Amidst his allies' panic, Xiaoyu just casually says, "Relax." He stands there radiating confidence. Our muscle creates miracles guy is either incredibly brave or incredibly overconfident. Probably both. Turns out relax was easier said than done. The Nightmare King immediately answers the bait strategy with a brutal slash. Our terrified allies dive for cover, proving this plan wasn't quite as relaxing as advertised. Remember Xiaoyu's earlier, "He won't wake up unless we attack him" logic? Yeah, that aged well. Now amidst the chaotic energy, he's focused on landing the perfect first hit on the already awake Nightmare King. Amidst the raging inferno, Xiaoyu notices something unexpected. A crack in the king's armor, perhaps? Our protagonist, always on the lookout for a tactical advantage, just spotted something. Let's see if this leads to a breakthrough. Xiaoyu spotted the Nightmare King's Achilles heel, a glowing crack core. This is it. He just found the perfect weak point, finally giving them a shot at taking down this monstrous boss. And there it is. Xiaoyu's brain just confirmed what his sharp eyes saw. The Nightmare King's glaring weak point. That confident look? That's the face of a man who just found the easy button for a 10-meter tall monster. Alright, he's found his target, and now it's time for Muscle Creates Miracles to take center stage. He rears back, staff in hand, ready to deliver a devastating blow. The Nightmare King has no idea what's coming. Just as he prepares his epic strike, a message pops up. Ring of the Nightmare King activated. Our protagonist looks absolutely flabbergasted, his attack momentarily forgotten. Looks like the boss has a few surprises up its sleeve. Despite the warning, Xiaoyu delivers a thunderous blow right to the core. A critical hit and a whopping 92,000 damage pops up. He decided to ignore the warnings and just hit harder. A bold strategy. Our dear blonde ally and dark-haired ally are flabbergasted, wondering if Xiaoyu's strategy involves some sort of cheat code. The damage output has them questioning everything they thought they knew about mages. Well, he just shattered the Nightmare King's core, and now the game itself is having a meltdown. The system is scrambling to rewrite the mission, probably because Xiaoyu just broke the narrative. Classic overachiever. Turns out, shattering the heart of nightmares wasn't the end, but the beginning. The Nightmare King has truly awoken, transforming into a terrifying red maw. And the system is restarting all challenges. Xiaoyu just gave birth to an even bigger nightmare. Oh great, his strategy just unleashed the Nightmare King's true form. It's a monstrous fanged maw of pure red energy, wielding a terrifying scythe. This isn't just a boss fight anymore. It's a full-blown horror show. Despite facing a truly awakened nightmare, King Xiaoyu rallies his bewildered allies. He's still sticking to his original plan. Use them as bait to create an opening. Bold, yes. Potentially lethal for his friends? Absolutely. But hey, it's a plan. While someone's not happy about having their heart of nightmares shattered,